This is the optional practice 4B answer key using Pope Tech's Instructor Accessibility Guide. On the bottom of the page, select Accessibility Guide button. On the right-hand side, a menu will appear, and at the very top of that menu, it'll let us know how many errors and how many alerts we need to address on the page. There are 5 sections. First is Images and Links, Text and Contrast, Headings, Tables and Lists, and finally Documents. You'll notice for the first 4 sections, there's either an alert or an error. Let's go ahead and focus on the first section, Images and Links. I'll select the down or the arrow, and it will open up 2 different sections for me. So the first is Suspicious Alt Text, and on this image here, we have both .png as the alt text, which is not very descriptive at all. So let's go ahead and write down Liesl and Jason, and then select the Apply button. Next, the Accessibility Guide will walk us through the alt text for this page. So we have 2 pictures on this page, and we know because the Accessibility Guide here is letting us know with these 2 different squares how many images there are. So let's select on the second image. It's a Zoom logo. I'm going to mark that as decorative because it's really there just to make the page look pretty. Then I'll select Apply. I'll go ahead and close this section. You'll notice all the errors and the alerts are gone. And now I will move on to Text and Contrast. So on this page, it's saying that there are 9 results of color contrast issues, and I see that they're all hyperlinks. So in the foreground section, I'm going to select the color palette, and I'm going to move the color until the color contrast ratio on the right-hand side there turns green. I'm going to select Apply. I'm going to select the next link, and then again the color palette. I'm going to bring that down, and I'm actually going to copy this hex code color so I can apply it to the rest of the links. It might be a little bit faster that way, so I'm going to copy and paste and select Apply. Unfortunately, you cannot control the default color of the links. You will need to check in with your Canvas admin or your DE coordinator to find an accessible color that has enough color contrast so that you don't have to manually fix all of the color contrast of your links. When you're done with that, select Apply and move on to the next section, Headings. So under Headings, it says that there are no heading structures. So when I scroll up the page, yes, I see that there are no headings. So let's go ahead and add those headings and rescan the page again. Okay, let's go ahead and close that section, select Rescan, and it looks like that alert disappears. Next, I'm going to select Tables and Lists and first select Layout Table, and it says Review Table to verify it's a layout table. If it is a data table, add a header, row, and column as appropriate. So if this is a data table, first I'm going to set the first row as a header, and for the table caption, I'm just going to select non-critical parameters for reef, aquarium, water, copy and paste there. Select Apply. And there we go. Easy peasy, we have an accessible table. Now I'm going to check out what this says here, and it says unordered list. It's saying that, hey, there's a list here, make sure it belongs here. This is just for us to review because the accessibility checker is a robot. That is right, folks. It is a robot. So that means it is limited in what it can check. We'll notice here, I just saved the page, but now I'm going to have to go ahead and edit the page again. This hyperlink's a little bit too long, so I'm going to make a descriptive link and then select Save. It's always good to double, triple check your work. And there you go. We have an accessible page using the Instructor Accessibility Guide from Pope Tech. Great job, everyone. Thanks for watching.